Hello guys, welcome to Microsoft 365 Saturday Madrid Virtual. Welcome on my session, One Team to Rule Them All Teams in Project Management. I'm very happy to be together with you. My name is Marcin Siewnicki. I am Office 365 Architect and Consultant. I work for ISCG. I work with SharePoint for many years. For the last few years, I work with Office 365 and Microsoft Teams. And before we go to our session, I would like to thanks to our sponsors. Without them, this event wouldn't be possible. So big thanks even during these hard times for all of us. Okay, so quick agenda for this session. We start why teams in project management, why we need any additional tool to work that will help us with project management. Is it really important? Then we create the hub for a project, so a new team. Then we will talk about data connections. I will show you dedicated risk management app built in PowerApps. Then we will switch to reporting capabilities, and at the end we will try to automate process of creation, of teams creation. So why teams? Why do we need additional tool service in project management? Well, in project management, we have some kind of project plan. We have a lot of meetings. We have some notes, paper notes, digital notes. We have code repositories if it's, of course, IT project or project that required some development. Then we will have documents, sometimes a lot of documents. Of course, tasks, because we need to delegate tasks, monitor those tasks. We have communications, so some kind of communication channels, formal, informal. And then we have our customer that needs some information about project, wants some statuses, and etc. And on top of this, we have our team with project management, with other roles, members, and each of project team, each member interact with project plan, with meetings, with communications, and then customer can also work with those artifacts, can upload new documents, check project plan, make meetings with us, communicate with us, send us chat meetings. And at the end, we have a lot of tools, a lot of systems. Sometimes we have used very different platforms or services to work in one project, only one project. And it's simply time consuming and not easy to use. That's why I give you some idea how you can use Teams, Microsoft Teams in project management. Well, Teams has a secure messaging, so it's chats and video communication. Of course, meetings, and this is a very important part in Teams. We have also files, a huge collaboration part when we can upload, work on files, share files. We have calls when we can call, but it's, I said, not in our scope today. And we have apps and workflows. This is very wide area when we can add additional apps, create our own apps, workflows, etc. It's a huge topic. And this is Teams. This is a hub for our teamwork, for our projects, departments work. And we can use, or we can treat Teams as a hub for something, for, in this case, for our projects, for project managements. Okay, so let's start and go to some demo. Okay, so let's start from existing project team. I've created a project T100 team. So let's go and see how I build this one. So I have a post tab with group chat. I have also a files tab where I can create or upload folder structure and files. I have project notes. I create a Microsoft OneNote for this project and assigned it to this tab, and I can create or I create all notes or information, and I put it inside this note. I have also meeting notes. These meeting notes are automatically created from meetings. If I create a meeting inside this team, inside channel, and if I create a team a notes from this meeting, it will be automatically added to this one tab. So as you can see, there are 3 notes from each daily, so it's very easy to archive all notes in one place. I have also got this one Azure DevOps tab and Kanban board. These 2 tabs are connected to my Azure DevOps subscription to my project, and directly from this one I can see all tasks that are assigned to me. I can see how many tasks I need to resolve. I can, let's say, click on this one and do something inside this one. This task. I can also create a new one. So it can be, say, missing labels as a bug. Okay, assign it to me. If I refresh this page, yep, 2 bugs. So I can do this inside Teams. And the Kanban board is also connected to the Azure DevOps, but it's different view. And it's Kanban board, and where I can drag and drop user stories and resolve the tasks and issues. I have also one more Jira Cloud tab. And Jira, the app is connected to my Jira, to my online Jira account, and is connected to my marketing project, and shows me my active tasks, so with status to do or in progress and completed. I can also create issue inside directly from this tab. This is tab channel general. I've also created a channel internal. This one is private because you can see this sign, this log sign. And internal channel is very good approach to put your internal communication inside these channels to protect them from public, from entire team. I use it if I share or give access to my project to external people. Let's say to my customer. If I create a project, if I do project for external customer, I invite him to my teams, to this project team. It's very useful because he will be able to see files, notes, meeting notes, active tasks, and actual progress of the project. He can also, communicate, type some chat messages to us, upload files, or collaborate with us on those files. So it's very useful. But if I invite him to this project, he will see all information that are stored in standard channels. So if I want to hide something, let's say financial or internal communication with our internal problems, I create a private channel and put this kind of communication that I don't want to be seen by anyone of my internal team inside this channel. And I have also, I have a group chat here, files. I've also this, internal note, so it's separate OneNote only for internal communication. And I have also this risk assessment tab. This tab is my own PowerApps application dedicated for gathering risks in projects and put it on one global list. I will talk about this later. So this is my very simple team for my sample project. But if I want to create the same or very similar team from scratch, so I can simply click join or create a team from scratch. There's an option to create a team from existing one, so we will go to this one at the end of this presentation. So let's create one from scratch, private, so it will be my own team for project, let's say T200. Okay, I don't want to add anyone inside this team, so I started with my general channel, post, files, and wiki tab. Personally, I always remove wiki tab because I prefer to use OneNote. So to build my team for my project, well, I have posts, files, and I need to add some additional tabs, the same or similar as I did in this one. So let's go and click plus, and well, I have to decide what I need in my project. I can use Azure DevOps as previous one, so let's click it. Okay, again, add. Okay, I don't want it, and now I need to select my organization. Okay, and I'm already connected to my DevOps, so I have to select my project. I use this sample agile project, team. Yes, it's really team. Select the team sample agile and dashboard overview, and save. And bam. I can also rename this, let's say DevOps dashboard, and it's the same as in this previously created team, and I can work on this dashboard. But as you can see, it's some basic tiles without any information or welcome page. It's not necessary for my project, but I can modify this dashboard. But I need to go to the Azure DevOps page, go to the dashboard, create new dashboard or modify existing one, and create or add any tab or any information that I need to work or my team need to work on. So let's stay on this. If I want to add this the same as in this T100 with Kanban, I can do the same with Azure DevOps. Yes, select organization once again. But this type I will add a Kanban board. So sample agile project, and let's say stories, and it will load all of my tasks in Kanban board type view with stories. So it's depend on my work type or on my project. I can choose what's the best for me and for my team. If I need other type of connections, I can use this plus icon and add any other required information. If I want to add my OneNote, so for the notes for this project, I can use this OneNote icon, and I can use existing OneNotes from this list, but I can create my own new, or I can use this one because it's created, and rename this to notes, and we have it. If I need a tab for my meeting notes, the best way is to simply start a new channel meeting and directly from channel meeting, and I will create a meeting notes. So let's say and start. And this is a very good approach to use to meet with other people from my team. Simply, I can use the scheduler for this also, but I can also start a meeting from channel. Yep. I can add a subject for my meeting. Let's say daily. Today is 28th of. Okay. And okay, so I started the meeting, and if I click these three dots, I can click show meeting notes and take notes. It will automatically create space for my notes. Okay, let's wait a second, and here we go. Notes and some lists, let's say status and some impediments, and that's all. So if I leave a meeting, a new tab appeared, meeting notes, and inside I have my notes created directly from my meeting. So that's a very great feature. I can also, if we talk about meetings, I can also create or schedule a meeting on channel. So it's very useful feature. I can create, let's say, dailies or daily project T200. Let's say only me. No. Okay. Now what's this one? Test user, and repeat every weekday. And this is this icon for a channel, and I tell this meeting appointment that it will be created directly in this team, in this project T200 team, and inside channel general. So it's all nodes will be gathered on this channel, and every member of this channel will see the meeting inside channel, so he can simply join. Let's say send. So I see that I posted automatically a message on my channel, so that I scheduled the meeting on this channel. Okay, but create also some add a channel, but this one it will be a private channel. So let's say internal communication. Next, and I don't want to add anyone for this channel, and we start with posts and files tab, and I can also add OneNote or any other information that I need for my project. So creating from scratch, well, it's very easy, very simple. We can use out-of-the-box features like OneNote, meeting notes, connector to Azure DevOps or to Jira, and it takes us for the first time, let's say 20 or to 30 minutes, and it will be basic theme for any project that we need. But let's go a little deeper. So, and let's talk about data connections. So we can easily connect or add tabs and add data from all Office 365 data sources. So if you want to add SharePoint or data from SharePoint, documents from SharePoint, it's very easy. It's built in directly into Teams. We can also use data stored in Azure services. For Azure DevOps, it's out of the box. We can use ready to use app, only connect. For other, we have to create or use some additional steps to connect, but it's also not so complicated. We can also connect or aggregate data from external data sources. We can do this using third-party apps like for Jira or any other. I will show you what we have at start. We can also connect. It's very useful if we can't find an app or connector for source that we need. So if I want to connect to data, to external data, and I can't find it using third-party apps in Teams, I can use PowerAutomate or Azure Logic App for connecting to those data sources using APIs or other techniques. I can also create or build my custom app that will do the job that I need. So connect to my very unique system or connect to my on-prem system, but we need to create it from scratch, so it's some additional work. Okay, so let's go back to my team, and if I click this plus sign, I have a list of all ready-to-use connectors and apps. Some of them are created by Microsoft and very easy to use. If I want to use a Forms or Stream, SharePoint, simply click a SharePoint and it will display all pages that I have in my SharePoint or lists. I don't have any. If I want to connect to Stream, I need to put or I can use search or type channel name. It will do the rest. But if I want some additional connectors to, let's say, Jira is already built, so I can use Jira Cloud or Jira Server. I can use Trello. So if you use cloud service, you should start from this list and search for any data source or any application or service that you need. So for each project or for each company, it's the best way is to simply check this list for any existing connectors or any existing apps for your services. If they are already built, so you can use them. If not, you have decide to or create your own connectors. Use PowerAutomate or PowerApps, or don't use it, or maybe you can use this one website, so you can connect or display a website inside additional tab, and it is possible that it will be good enough for you. So check your requirements for external connectors, external data sources before you start creating project size, because it's the simplest method to avoid any complications later. Okay, so let's go back to presentation. Okay, next one is risk management app. I created a very simple app in PowerApps. It's use filtering by project name. It's very easy to use, only 3 or 4 basic functionalities, and it saves all data on dedicated SharePoint list, and we can use this list to reporting, to checking status, and etc. And why this risk management app? Sorry, if we manage some projects, it's very useful to have a list or a place where we can store risks, something that can happen inside our project, and assign some mitigations, assign some tasks that we will do if this risk occurs. So we will be prepared for any complication in our project. But it's easy to store this list inside each project separately. So in one project it can be as a task list, in other as a Excel file, and in this type of management we lose ability to keep in to check progress of our all projects. So it's very important because some projects can be connected and some risks can be connected as well. So it's very easy to use. Let's go and see how it works and how it's built. Okay, it's inside my project T100, so I want to use an additional theme. I show you based on this one. So it's risk assessment. It's very simple. It uses PowerApps, so it's native Office 365 service. And what is very important, you can create your own apps and add it to your teams, or add it globally to your teams. So it's very easy and very powerful. This is my risk assessment app. So I have this actual week and last week. I can switch from between these two views. I have also this add new entry, so it add new risk for my project. And I have also a funny feature, but very, very important for my team, clone. Clone feature simply get all risks or from last week and clone it as a risks for actual week, and then a project manager can change it or remove it. But it's because of a lot of projects that each project manager must work with, so it's very easy to manage to use this clone feature. But so I can, let's say, and try add new entry. Very simple form. Simply select my project. As you can see, I have to select my project, but the latest feature for PowerApps allows us to automatically read my project, my team name, and based on that name filter this list. So next iteration of my app will be automatically select this project. So this field will be obsolete. I missed the wrong direction. So let's type some risks. Let's say Peter is going to holiday next week. So what we can do about this? Find out some other dev guy and save. And it will save. It will be let's give it a second for propagation. And here we go. So this new entry is here, and as I said before, all of these entries are automatically stored in SharePoint and in dedicated SharePoint list. So management or board or stakeholders can easily go to that list and check actual status of all projects, because from here, from this tab, I report only, I add only risks for my project. So from this T100, from T200, I will add other risks. So it other managers, other project managers, other teams won't see risks if they are not in other projects. So I can focus only on my own project, add risks to my own project, to my own team, and directly from teams. Yeah, this is very important because I don't need to switch to other tool. I don't need to go to the SharePoint list and create a new item on a list. Yeah, I can do this directly from Teams. So it's very, very useful and very, very easy. So if I go to my central project list and central project status list, I can see that all of these statuses are created and divided by week. and I can go deeply to each week and check each status and each risk in each project. So it's very useful. I can also use Power BI or other reporting tool and gather this information in display in one easy dashboard. Okay. Let's take a look inside this Power App. Yes. If you're not familiar with PowerApps, it's a tool or service that allows you to create an application that use different data sources and display it in very simple view. And you don't need to code anything. You can use feature functionalities, controls from Teams, and it's for somehow similar to old InfoPath. Oh, this is very, as you can see, this is very simple Power App. Only 3 views for current week, last week, and new status window, and some debug for resolving issues. But it's very easy. Only very simple. Only few buttons, few controls. So it's very easy. I can just simply move this button, say here, this one here. So it's easy to build, but it's very powerful because I can, as I showed you before, I can embed it in a tab inside my channel, so I can create many different applications using PowerApps and use it inside Teams. So I don't need to leave my workplace. I can stay in Teams, chat with my colleagues, talk about project, assign tasks, create notes, join meetings, and work on anything else, but I don't need to go outside my my team, my channel. So I can minimize number of tools or services that I need to use. So if I use Visual Studio, so I don't need to use many tabs in my web browser to open each of the additional tools. I can only use my Visual Studio and my Teams. Okay, let's go back to presentation and reporting. It's very important to have an ability to show reports, to view reports, to show reports to our team, and to view reports for every member of project team, because then we will be able to check progress, show what's going on, and each member will be informed what we can use for reporting in Power BI. Let's go to our project. So if we use Excel, of course we can use Excel. It will display what we put inside Excel. It will be displayed in our team. But we can also use Power BI. And using Power BI, I have to prepare a Power BI dashboard, upload it to my Power BI workspace, and then I can select it from this app from Teams. So I can go to my workspace. For this lab, I have a project dashboard, save, and it will load this specific project dashboard. We have a dummy data, so don't look at this, but we can show current project progress, stats, information about hours utilized in this project, about progress, about financial parts. So we can decide what we should do to show our team members or to our customer.
because I added this Power BI to my internal channel, so it's only for my internal team, but I can go and add other dashboard dedicated for my entire team, including my external customers, external stakeholders. And because it is Power BI, it's very easy to navigate, to use it. If I select something or click on something, it will automatically filter other connected parts, and based on that functionalities, I can easily view what I need to check, what I need to find. So we can use Power BI to not only show project progress, but also show any other additional information that you need to show on your project meetings. Of course, you can use other tools, external third-party tools, but then you need to have a dedicated app for this, built in or created by yourself, or use a website to embed this report, this dashboard to your team. And once again, we use it directly on our channel. I don't need to go to another tool. So that's very powerful feature. Only one tool. I can focus on my job, not to switching to different apps and searching from through different tabs in my web browsers. So go back to our presentation. And the last one, let's automate, because so far I created all tabs or teams manually. So if I want to create 10 projects, then I will need to create 10 teams, 10 for each team, channels, tabs, configure channels, add permissions, add connections. So, well, it's boring and time consuming. So, but we can automate this type of work. I will show you SharePoint list that we can use to put a request for a new project, for a new team for a project. Then it will start approval process that will send us email, or for our manager to send email and ask if this project or this team is accepted or not. And if accepted, using Power Automate and Graph API, we will create automatically new team based on template. So go to our teams, and I will use the feature create team from existing team. I can do this manually, but I want to automate this process, but I will show you how it works, how it looks from teams. So yeah, from team, and then I can use an existing team to create a new team. But let's go to SharePoint list. Okay, so I prepared the SharePoint list for this. So I can create a new request. I need to enter the title, let's say project T300. Team, I don't need to put team ID, I only need this one, but it's technically we can define it as a variables inside our process, inside our flow. Okay, description, if I need some description, let's say project for test. Is it private? Yes, it's private. Owners, so list of owners of this team. For testing, I will put myself. Status is new, so it's okay, and then save. So what's going on behind this process? So I create a simple item on SharePoint. And if I go to my flow, so because I created a flow that will automate this process, so it's quite complicated, but it's based on this projects list. When I create a new a new item, new entry, it will automatically start, read my data from this request, start approval process, so it will send an email to my manager or to selected people and ask if it's okay to accept, to approve this request or not. If no, it will simply send me an email with rejection. But if yes, if someone accept or approve my request, it will then using not this one. No, it should be this one. Okay. Using HTTP request, I will use Graph API and Azure AD application for this, but it will allows me to create a team based on my my template on other teams, and add any additional channels. So I can as you can see here, I also, not this one, I can also automatically add all owners as an owner to team, all members to my team. So it's a very straightforward flow, but it required some preparation, and I won't show you how it's built in details because we don't have enough time for this. But you can easily send me an email or info, and I will provide you additional information how to create that kind of automation for you. So right now it will trigger and try to create this project 300. It will take a few minutes, so at least 6, because I put some delay inside my flow. So let's skip to the end of this process. Okay, so after 6 minutes we have this project T300 created with 2 channels with all of required tabs. The only thing that's missing is the custom connectors to Jira and Azure DevOps, because I have to configure it manually because there's connection to my account, so it can't be automated so easily. But as you can see, we can use automation to automate our team's creation process, so we don't need to do this manually. We can connect this to starting new project, to some central repository, and it will automatically create project, to create team for a project, send some invitations for members, and we can start working. So that's all from my side. As you can see, Teams is a very powerful tool, and for me it's a great place to aggregate all of my work, so I can gather all my required tools for my projects and work in one tool. That's really a game changer, because I don't need any other tools. Okay, so that's all from my side. I hope that you enjoyed this short presentation of Teams capabilities for project management. As you could see, it's very powerful and flexible tool, so I hope that you find some ideas how to use it in your organization. If you want to contact me or ask questions, you can find me on Twitter or on LinkedIn. You can also drop me an email. And thanks again to our dear sponsors. And once again, thank you very much. Have a nice day and watch other sessions. Bye.